get it at your partner's suggestion. You guys gonna keep the show rolling? You want to have fun? Yeah? Feeling good? I like it. You may have seen your next comedian on MTV. Please welcome DanWalsh.
Thank you. Thank you. You do have candy in your martini. Oh my gosh. Our host said that she didn't like that. She didn't like that there was candy and alcohol. But I'm from Missouri. That's how we get our kids to go to sleep. That's not the craziest thing. I'll tell you something crazy. I was reading an article the other day about Ted Bundy, the serial killer. And it said 5 creepiest things about Ted Bundy. And none of those 5 things were the fact that he killed people. Author didn't seem to think that that was a red flag. One of my friends was like, well, it goes without saying. The killing thing, it's creepy other than... I'm like, yeah, but when you kill someone, that's checkmate on the fucking creepy competition, right? I think it's done. The thing that they found the creepiest, number 1, was the fact that he worked at the suicide hotline. Yeah, that's not even creepy. That's like kind of actually funny. Because you talk about being the worst person for your job. You can see it now, someone calling up. It's like, yeah, suicide hotline, this is Ted. How can we help you? You want to kill yourself? Wait a minute, are you a female? Hold on, where do you live? I'll come do it. I'm really good. Free of charge, ma'am. Another crazy thing. I went to Florida a few years back, and I went to an alligator farm. Have you guys ever gone to an alligator farm? Seen all those alligators? And yeah, they have signs, and you can look this up on the internet. They have signs in the middle of the water that says, "Do not feed or molest the gators." Like, I didn't think we needed signs to tell someone to not sexually assault an alligator. But the fine people of Florida disagree. All I kept thinking to myself was like, what kind of person would do that to an alligator? I can tell you one thing, probably not the kind of person that would read and or listen to a sign. All I can think about is the guy that did that was probably, like if he ever did it, got arrested and went to prison, he would be the baddest ass dude in that prison. Like the first day, the lifer, you know, the guy that's done like, you know, he's killed 10 people and ate them. He's white. And he goes up to that dude and he's like, what's up, fresh meat? What are you in for? What'd you do? And he's like, I raped an alligator. God damn, you run this place. Get this dude some cigarettes. Calm down, you sick fuck. Jesus. You know what else is crazy? Have you guys been watching? Do you guys watch the Winter Olympics at all? Yeah. They got a sport called skeleton. Do you know? Yeah. You know what it is? It's where someone lays on a sled, like a kid's sled, like this, with their head forward and their arms back, and then they catapult down a fucking ice chute at the speed of any Angelino on an empty highway. And not only do they do it, they compete on who does it fastest. It's a competition, and they have, like, places. To me, if you do it and you get to the bottom and you're alive and you can walk, you fucking won. You beat God. Or fate, Mother Nature, whatever, like. And then they get to the bottom, man, they're still alive, and they get up and they, like, look at their scores, and they're like, God, fucking... This is not fast enough. If I did that, made it to the bottom, they put that camera on me, it'd just be 5 minutes of me going like... And then I'd run off and clean the shit out of my Olympic onesie. Like when someone does that as a sport, like what do they have to do for entertainment? Like where is there, like, you know what I'm saying? You know these are the kind of people that can't get off in sex unless they have like a fucking knife to their throat, their grandma's photo in front of them. What I'm trying to say is I respect Olympic athletes. That's the bottom line. That's what I'm really trying to say. I can't joke about like crazy like physical pursuits or sports because like I was a professional wrestler for 14 years. Yeah. And like when I say that, like I'm not even a douchebag about it, guys. I'm not like, I'm a professional wrestler. So if you fight me, I'm gonna kick your ass. But what I'm saying is I'm a professional wrestler. So if you fight me, I'm gonna make that shit look really good, all right? I'm gonna go through tables. I'm gonna make you a star. People would ask me, like, what's the craziest thing you ever encountered in the pro wrestling industry? I said, hands down, the fact that there was homophobia in the locker rooms. Especially if we all stop and think for a second of what exactly goes on in professional wrestling. Like, I walked into a locker room one time, and I had this new bag that was, like pretty, tough looking, but it was teal. And the guy that was wrestling me that night yells across the locker room, and he goes, Walsh, that bag's the gayest thing ever. And I said, it's the bag. Like, not the fact that you and I are about to strip down into little underwears and black leather boots, lube each other up with baby oil, and then roll around in front of a bunch of people for money. Like, that's not the gay part? It's this bag. Then I had to remind him that what we do out there is like one dick slip shy of a really aggressive man-on-man porno. Like, don't get me wrong, pro wrestling, like, you gotta be in shape. It's painful. It takes skill. Like, all of which I'm sure are true about gay porno. But what I'm saying is if you show up to your job in, like, a feather boa and sparkling pants, like, maybe you don't hate gay people as much as you think you do. I'm a 90s kid. Great time, yeah. I don't get these youngins now with their Instagrams and their influencers. In my day, our influencer was Snuggles the bear. Guys remember Snuggles? Yeah, the fabric softener. Hell yeah, dude, he was great. That's what was awesome about the 90s. You could talk to somebody about a bear that lived in your laundry and no one thought you were on drugs. These kids now, man, I don't get it. It's different. They're taking all the fun stuff away. You know they don't do Black Friday shopping anymore? Like, I just found this out. It's all online. See, I don't know about California, but, like, in Missouri, we love that shit, dude. Like, we get up at, like, 4 in the morning. We're out fucking stretching, seeing which housewife's going to catch an elbow. I think that's going to be our tuck tail. Like, my parents were always telling me, like, when we were kids, we walked uphill both ways to school. And I feel like I'm going to be telling kids, like, you know what? Back in my day, if you wanted half off on a plasma screen, you got up at 4:30 and you beat the shit out of somebody for it. No, I feel like, honestly, like Black Friday shopping was the closest thing that we as a society had to that movie, The Purge. Because, like, you couldn't murder somebody, but there was justifiable violence. And if you played it right, you could get someone back. You know, you had, like, a bad coworker or, like, a shitty neighbor. You'd be like, what's going on, John? You going Black Friday shopping? Were you heading Kohl's? Cool, about 6:30? What do you think you're going for first? Electronics, huh? Aisle 6, I'll see you there, motherfucker. I was in a hotel lobby waiting on a friend, and this kid's like sitting there with his dad, and his dad's like trying to talk to him, and he's just looking down. You can tell they're on vacation, and he's like, son, what do you want to do? You want to go to Disneyland? You want to go to Universal? And he's just like, The dad gets so mad. He goes, this is why nobody likes your generation. Because you guys don't make eye contact, you don't talk. And then everybody in the lobby did what good people do. We put our heads down like we weren't listening, but then we kept listening. And this kid turned around, he literally goes, oh yeah? Well, your generation showered us with war and debt. And everyone just was like, where the fuck did that come from? And that's how it is. Like, the younger kids now, they can't get screwed with. They get really mad. And I have to, like, explain to them. It's like, dude, this is just what happens. The generation before you shits on you because you had it softer. All right? So you just take it. You just go along with it, right? Like, you Gen Zers are getting it from, the Gen Xers are, like, looking with their Instagrams and their lack of eye contact. Gen Xers were getting it from the boomers, like, looking with their MTV, massive coke use and androgyny. And then, like, anyone that lived through the Great Depression, just looked at every generation after him and was like, look at all these kids in there. Food, more choices and less asbestos. Before I go, my parents, just to let you guys know, they're calling it quits after 36 years of marriage. No, it's good. They're terrible at being... No, like they had 2 times. They fought, and then they were resting from fighting. But, like, someone told me, like, when did you think they shouldn't have been married? I said, dude, definitely because here's the number one example. When we were younger, we had a parrot. And if you guys don't have parrots, they say what they hear the most. And my parrot, he had 3 sayings, right? It was like, hello, pretty bird, and I want a divorce. All right, guys, that's all my time. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of the show.
DanWalsh, let him hear it.